Most diets don't fail because people are lazy or lack motivation. Most diets fail because they were never designed to work long-term in the first place. And the fitness industry keeps repeating the same mistakes over and over again to rip you off. In this video, I want to explain why most diets fail and what actually works if someone wants to lose weight and keep it off. Most people go through the same cycle. They decide to lose weight, so they hire a coach and start a new diet plan. They cut out loads of foods. They start training more. They try to be very strict and very disciplined. For a few weeks, everything goes well. They lose some weight. They feel motivated because the scale is going down. But then, life, work, social events. They get tired and suddenly the diet becomes harder to stick to. Old habits start to creep back in. The diet becomes less strict. The weight loss slows down or even stops. Motivation falls off a cliff. Eventually, they stop the diet completely, go back to their normal eating, and over time, the weight comes back. And then a few months later, they start a new diet again. This is the cycle most people repeat for years. One of the biggest reasons diets fail is because they are too extreme. Most diets ask people to completely change the way they eat overnight. They massively reduce calories. They cut out entire food groups. They go from doing no exercise to training 5 or 6 times per week. That might work for a few weeks, but it's very hard to maintain for months or years. The bigger the change someone makes, the harder it is to maintain. Fat loss doesn't fail because the diet doesn't work. Fat loss fails because the diet isn't sustainable. Diets fail because of poor coaching. And this is something that doesn't get talked about enough. Most online coaches are often too keen to deliver the same program to everybody, even when they tell you it is individual because they lack any real knowledge or experience. People are different. They work different jobs. They have different stress levels. They have different sleep patterns. They train differently. They recover differently. Their bodies respond differently. But a lot of coaches hand out the same diet and the same training plan to everyone, usually because it worked for them personally. Just because something worked for one person doesn't mean it will work for everyone. Good coaching should be individual. It should be adaptable. It should change based on the person, their lifestyle, and their progress. When diets fail, it's not usually the client's fault. Sometimes it's a lack of skill, knowledge, and experience from the coach. The big problem here is that coaches often convince the client to chase results too quickly. They advertise, lose 10 kilograms in just 6 weeks, and it hooks you. Drastic changes, very aggressive calorie cuts, lots of extra training, because fast transformations look good in before and after pictures. They look good on social media, they look good for marketing, but fast results are very rarely long-lasting results. Instead of listening to the client, understanding their lifestyle, their schedule, their habits, and what changes they can realistically maintain, many plans just focus on restricting calories as much as possible to get a quick result. But fat loss that lasts is not about the fastest result. It's about building habits and a lifestyle that someone can maintain for years. People often say fat loss is just calories in versus calories out. And technically, that's true. But knowing that doesn't actually help most people, because fat loss is not just a calorie problem, it's a behavior problem. It's about habits, routines, environment, stress, sleep, work, family life, and consistency over long periods of time. Most diets focus only on food and calories, but ignore behavior and lifestyle. And that's why people lose weight on a diet, but then regain it afterwards. The people who successfully lose weight and keep it off usually don't follow extreme diets. Instead, they make smaller changes that they can stick to long term. They train regularly, but not excessively. They eat mostly good quality food, but not perfectly. They build routines and habits which become second nature. They focus on consistency instead of perfection. Fat loss that lasts usually comes from simple, repeatable habits, not extreme short-term diets. So most diets don't fail because people are lazy. Most diets fail because they are too extreme, too short-term, not individual enough, and don't address behavior and lifestyle. If someone wants to lose weight and keep it off, they shouldn't ask, what diet should I go on? They should ask, what changes can I make that I can still be doing in 5 years? Because sustainable fat loss is not about the perfect diet. It's about building a lifestyle that makes staying in shape the normal way you live.